Welcome to another edition of Beulah Kids of Praise Remote Sunday School. I want you to take a moment and think about the last time you said thank you to whomever gave you all the stuff you have, whether it was for Easter or your birthday or even Christmas. Think about this and we'll be right back.
Hi, JD.
Hi, Samira. How are you doing?
I am so bored. I want to watch TV, but my brother keeps hogging the TV remote all the time.
That happens to you too? Well, that's why I can't wait to go back to school.
Me too. I miss my teachers and all the good fun at school.
Samira, come off that phone and get your homework done.
I gotta go, JD. Talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Last week, we asked you a question. It was, what is the most common thing for Christians to dislocate? And the answer was, our relationship with God. Today's lesson is about relationship. What does relationship mean? So boys and girls, relationship mean how two or more people or things are connected. And when we say connected, we're thinking of how two or more people or things are related. So think about this. When you touch your light switch, what happens? The light goes on. For instance, here is my light. When I touch the switch, the light goes on. And if I touch it again, the light goes off. This is relationship. How about the remote control? I know some of you may have been fighting over the remote control over the last couple of weeks, just like JD and Samira. When you touch the remote control, what happens? It turns the TV on, another touch, and you will turn the TV off. This again is relationship. Boys and girls, although my mother is over 2,000 miles away in Barbados, we are still connected. Our relationship is not broken. And Jesus wants us to come into relationship with Him, to be connected to Him. He made it all possible when He gave up His life for us. Do you remember what John 3:16 says? Let's say it together. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes on Him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Boys and girls, have you ever stopped to think about how much your parents love you, how they care for you, how they provided for you, not only today, but next week and the month ahead? How many of you remember what gifts you received last Christmas? Your parents and family members brought those gifts for you because they have a relationship with you. They are connected to you. Being at home over the last couple of weeks, I believe that some of you found clothes and even toys that you have forgotten all about. But they were there waiting for you to play with them. I'm thinking about a story where a father was waiting for his son to come back home. Do you know what story I'm thinking about? If you said the prodigal son, you are correct. You can find the story in Luke chapter 15, verse 11 to 32. This story is about a father who had two sons. One day, the younger son told his father to give him his share of his possessions. He left home and went and spent them all. His money ran out, and he found himself eating the food that they gave to pigs. Can you imagine that? After a while, he came to his senses and returned to his father's home. His father saw him coming and ran to meet him. He placed his coat on him and gave him a great party. Boys and girls, like the father in this story, Our Heavenly Father wants to do the same thing for you. He wants to have the same kind of relationship with you. God has given us so much stuff. It is impossible to number it all. Take this for instance. How long have you lived so far? If you multiply that by 365, that is how many days God provided for you. I won't tell you how many days God has provided for me, but I have just completed another 365 days. Think about this also. Our hearts beat about 60 to 100 beats per minute. Multiply that by days you have lived, and wow, what a mighty God we serve. He has kept our hearts beating for a long time. So if God has the power to do this for you, don't you think it would be great to have a good relationship with Him? I think so. Remember, boys and girls, you are not too young to come into relationship with Jesus. Finally, boys and girls, we will leave you with a short quiz. There are only 8 questions and you just have 10 seconds to answer each question.
Welcome to the BKOP Sunday School Quiz. The first question is, where was Jesus' cross placed when He was crucified? Left side, front, middle, or right side? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said middle, you are correct. The next question is, who was the mother of Jesus? Esther, Mary, Sarah, or Magdalene? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said Mary, you are correct. The next question is, who was the mother of John the Baptist? Mary, Ruth, Naomi, or Elizabeth? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said Elizabeth, you are correct. The next question is, who took up the child Jesus in the temple and gave thanks to God? Simon, Zachariah, Simeon, or Paul? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said Simeon, you are correct. The next question is, what is the name of the man that Jesus brought back to life? Was it Zacchaeus, Nicodemus, Jairus, or Lazarus? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said Lazarus, you are correct. The next question is, on what day did Jesus rise from the grave? First, second, third, or fourth? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said third, you are correct. The next question is, what ruler ordered that Jesus should be put to death on the cross? Herod, Pilate, Caesar, or the high priest? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said Pilate, you are correct. The next question is, which disciple of Jesus sold him to his enemies for money? John, Peter, Judas, or Matthew? You have 10 seconds to answer. If you said Judas, you are correct. And that's the end of our quiz today. Thank you for joining us.